Hi students, in this video we're going to go over how to read your course schedule. This is important as the due dates for Georgia Virtual School have changed this semester. I emailed a copy with my welcome information, but you can always find your course schedule under the course information widget, which is right here under the teacher information widget on the right hand side of your homepage. We're going to use the 18-week schedule as our example. This will pull up, once you click on this link, your syllabus, and if you scroll through the Georgia Virtual School policies, be sure to read carefully the late work policy. And there's also an image for you. If you keep scrolling down to, I believe, page 13, you'll get to your course schedule. Now, what your course schedule is going to do is tell you what you should be working on each day when you log into your Georgia Virtual class. You have work to complete every day. Zeros are not assessed every day, but in order to stay on track and do well in your Georgia Virtual course, you should be logging in and working daily. You will see at the top of your schedule there is a key that your discussions will be in the green text, the blue text will be your Dropbox items, and the red text will denote your quizzes and tests. When you see one of these colors, that lets you know which area of the course you need to go to complete your work. You see on Monday, January 9th, you are responsible for an introduction discussion and to begin reading the first module of the about the AP exam. On Tuesday, you'll see your first couple of assignments and a quiz over the information that you've learned about the actual AP psychology exam. Now I'm just going to go to the next page. You'll continue on this first week of class to do assignments as they appear on your schedule, and when we get to the second week of class, January 16th through 20th, you will notice that there is an orange shaded background for Wednesday, January 18th. This is important because this is the first benchmark due date on your course schedule. And what that means is that any assignment from January the 9th through January the 18th will be given a 0 if it was not completed and turned into the course. After which time you will have a 3-day late period in which to turn in that work. So again, anything on your schedule from January 9th through the 18th will be due no later, quote unquote, than midnight, January the 18th. Again, for best results in the class, you should be following your schedule daily. Also note that after this January 18th due date, you will have a due date each week in which the assignments from the previous week must be handed in no later than that upcoming Wednesday. So you should work on your assignments for Thursday on Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and have everything turned in by midnight. Let's look at what happens if you don't have these things turned in by midnight. To do that, I'm going to take us to the late work policy image in your course syllabi. Due dates and late work policy deductions. So here's the first week of class, the 9th through the 13th. Here's the second week of class with that first due date for week 1. If you don't turn in an assignment by midnight on Thursday, a 0 will be entered. If you do turn that assignment in that's missing on Thursday by midnight, you will incur a 10% deduction for that assignment. If you turn the assignment in on Tuesday, the deduction will be 20%. And then you will have the weekend for a 30% deduction for 3 days. So Saturday and Sunday is a 30% deduction, and the following Monday, which would be January the 23rd, would also be a 30% deduction. Please look at this purple arrow closely. In the purple arrow, it tells you that late work from the previous assignment due date will not be accepted and it will remain 0. So bottom line is, if the work is not handed in by that following Monday for a 30% deduction, it will not be accepted at all. So it's important, again, to work on your schedule daily and to turn in assignments as they appear. Your schedule will continue in this pattern for the remainder of the semester. You may always work ahead, but you can never turn in things late without those penalties. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to ask.